Do you like playing in all this mud?
Yeah.
We have mud to spare.
So.
Gross, huh, Ben?
Yeah, squishy.
Hey, are you excited to plant the garden?
Yeah.
What do you want to plant?
I'm gonna plant peas.
Of course, peas will be the first thing we plant. Yep, that's a lot. So I got up early this morning to get my cats loaded up in my car and went to town to take them to the vet where they're getting spayed and neutered today. So that's a good thing. Another daily thing for me right now is the greenhouse. I'm out here just about every day, huh, Ben? You like to come with me? I'm out here just about every day. And I haven't even really started that many seeds yet, but I'm trying to get a plan. I have a lot of seeds, and even with a lot of garden space, it's kind of hard to decide exactly what I'm going to put where. I don't know. Maybe I'll get to that here later this week. As of right now, this lettuce mix is doing pretty well, as are these little kale sprouts. This is kind of interesting right here. You see this thorny plant? I got this whenever I was visiting Baker Creek. We were talking with Jer about starting fruit trees and some different things here. And of course, they're zone, I think, 6B, and we're 7A. This is actually an apple tree that Benjamin is showing you guys. But this is a trifoliate orange, and I got 2 of these. And it's actually a hardy orange tree. It's a citrus that will actually grow here and survive the winters. So it's thorny, as you can see. And Jer actually said that it's not good so much for fresh eating. It's more a matter of, yeah, that's another apple tree right there. It's more for flavoring things. He said it's a really great like ice cream flavor because it's a musky citrus. But I'm really excited about those. I've got them out here in the greenhouse. Yeah, there we go. There's the other one. So here's my other one. Benjamin would like to help show you guys. I've got 2 of them. I've got them out in the greenhouse because I wasn't 100% sure where to put them, because we are moving a lot of stuff around. We're expanding. We're moving our horses. We're moving our goats. And we made the mistake in the past of planting some fruit trees in a space that later ended up where goats were, and they killed them. So I want to make sure that those are put in a place where they can thrive. If you watch our vlogs, you're already aware of this, but there's a little bit of a bummer news about our high tunnel. We had been approved for the NRCS high tunnel grant, but the government shutdown has put that on hold, and it's kicked back all of the approved applications because they don't even know what their funding is going to look like. So you know, we'll be able to go back through the application process, but it's definitely put a hold on that thing that we were planning on expanding with. So that kind of stinks, but it is what it is, and I'm kind of the mind of if things don't work out, they weren't supposed to anyway. So we have our windows here. We've got a lot of windows here, and my dad just called me a few days ago. He is an inspector for a city about 30 minutes away from here and has been for a long time, and he's been keeping his eye out for windows for us. And he came across a job kind of on the early end and was able to say, hey, if you're just going to haul these off, my daughter would like them. So Jeremiah is going tomorrow to pick up a lot of windows. So we'll have plenty of windows to build our little greenhouse, which we've actually changed that plan also. I guess I should tell you about that. You want to go down to the garden again?
The break,
That's in your name? That does kind of look like a bee, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Very good. Now, I sincerely hate the cold, and I really, really love warm winter days like this, but if I'm being honest, I'm getting a little concerned. Our 10-day forecast is all like in the 50s. Our lowest lows are maybe low 30s, high 20s. We need some winter weather, or else the pests are gonna be beasts this year. Oh, look!
Is that garlic?
Yeah, it's garlic. Good memory. Look at our garlic. That's awesome.
Come here.
Ben, look! Oh my gosh, I've never actually successfully grown cauliflower before. That's cauliflower. Yum.
We'll pick it.
No, we don't pick it yet. It still needs to grow a little bit. That's exciting. So I told you we changed another plan. We were gonna put our window greenhouse back on the other side of the garden, take down a fence, but it was one of those things that we were gonna have to take down a fence, rebuild the fence, we were gonna have to address some drainage issues, and it was kind of compiling, well, we can't do this until that, we can't do that until that, we can't do that until that, and it was taking an already, you know, pretty big undertaking of building this greenhouse out of windows with no plans whatsoever, just kind of winging it. And it was adding this long list of things to that needed to be done. And that can happen a lot on a homestead. It's like, well, we really want to do this, but first we need to do that, so on and so forth. And everything gets really impossible feeling, and it's like, oh, we're never gonna get anything done. So Jeremiah and I, a lot of times when we get to one of those places, we actually say, okay, hold on, we need to assess everything that we're doing. Is this even the best way? And we actually decided that it was not the best way for us to put the window greenhouse on the other side of the garden. Where I'm standing right now was our in-ground garden last year, and our plan for this space has always been to fill it up with like perennials and berry bushes and an asparagus patch and rhubarb. That's all remaining the same. However, we have decided to situate our window greenhouse right here in this space. So this is about 70 by 50. And our greenhouse is only gonna be about 10 by 12 feet. It's gonna be the same size as the other greenhouse that we have. And it's gonna be beautiful though. It's a very unique look that we're going for with all of the windows. I think it's gonna be very neat. And so I kind of want to showcase it. I don't really want to stick it back there behind the garden. I'd like to kind of put it up here in the front where it's going to be surrounded by plants and just really kind of a centerpiece of beauty here. That's what I'm going for. And so I don't know exactly where it's going to be in the space. We're going to have to map this out a little bit and plan where we're going to put the perennial beds, the asparagus, the berry bushes. We want to do some arches and all of that. But we decided that we really could give up that, you know, 120 square foot of this space in order to kind of put the greenhouse in a more pronounced place. Plus, it will be a lot easier to build right here. Here, the ground is already really solid, and we don't have to worry about the drainage. We don't have to take any fences down. We might have to lay this down briefly to bring supplies in, but then we can just restretch the fabric. We don't have to rebuild anything. That's the change of plans. Lots of windows coming tomorrow. I don't know exactly what the timeline is. We've just had so many projects and so many things being delayed for different circumstances, but we're really hoping to get this done in time to really use it this year. So what's your opinion on the spacing here? Should it be kind of over in the middle? Should we put it over into one of the corners of this garden? What do you think? Another thing that I am doing differently this year than I have in years past is I'm actually not moving my trellises. In years past, we've taken them down and put them in different places so that I could do crop rotation and not plant the same things in the same place 2 years in a row. And actually, after watching Charles Dowding a lot and watching Back to Eden gardening and reading some different things, I don't know that that's super important in a garden, like a home garden type situation, to plant your stuff in different places every year. I don't think it matters quite as much as I had originally thought it did. So this year, I'm actually going to leave my trellises and I'm going to plant some things in the same places they were last year. Some things will be different. We're mixing it up a little bit, but I'm not gonna worry about that so much. So if, you know, June rolls around and all my tomato plants die, I guess we'll just all be sad together. So I have two goatee girls that are really close to kidding. There's Maggie and Nestle right here with the spots. So every day I'm coming out, just putting my hands on them, feeling their ligaments here, which is where you kind of squeeze next to their tailbone and you can feel these muscles that feel kind of like pencils, which I can still feel hers. And I'm just kind of looking at their backside, checking their udder, seeing if they have any sort of discharge, how big their udder's gotten. Nestle's starting to get an udder too, but it's not full yet. Both of those girls were in with a buck and could be due anytime between like mid-January and early February. They're definitely getting closer. Their ligaments are getting a lot looser. Their udders are starting to fill up. But since we do breed that way by giving it like a 3-week window, I don't know exactly when it is. It's usually right before they kid. Their udder just swells up really huge. You can't feel ligaments at all. A lot of times there's just discharge. And then I know, okay, I need to isolate these girls because they're about to have babies. Not today though. In other news, Journey Pig has been given the right to roam the yard again. You want a close up, JP? You want a close up? Journey Pig breaks fences like it's her job. So we've had her in a pen, but I don't really like having her in the pen because it's just not, it's not how I like to keep animals in a really tiny pen like that. So we tried to let her out again a few days ago just to see if she would stay in the yard. She has. So I'm really hoping that she will keep that up. She's actually really fun. She's a really cool pet to have whenever she'll, you know, hang out with you in the backyard. But she's loud and obnoxious, you know. It's like she just follows you around and snorts and screams at you because she wants treats. But so I think this is where we're gonna part ways, guys. I've got to help Maya with some hands-on stuff. It's really hard to operate the camera at the same time. So I'm going to say goodbye for right now. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I bless you. Until next time.